After our last bee inspection and your comments on our last video, we decided to invite our friend Amanda, who is our bee mentor on the island, to help gain some insight onto what is going on inside of our hive.
It's like earlier, and then the darker stuff, sometimes it's arbutus and sometimes it's blackberry, but the blackberry stuff is usually pretty purple.
Okay.
But this is like really nice dark stuff. I wonder what it is. What's
Yeah,
other
we have
dark
a
stuff?
couple arbutuses.
You don't have any buckwheat around here.
I don't think so.
Don't
Buckwheat?
think so, no.
Have you had buckwheat honey? It's like molasses malty.
Ooh.
It's like it's nice, but it's like a dark beer. Like you're just like, oh, sometimes you're a bit much.
Yeah.
Like to put in tea, you're like, there it is.
There it is. And then kind of the same on this one. There's that dark honey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That looks like more than when we inspected it last time too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what's blooming. Blooming.
That actually looks like way more than when we took it out the other day.
It really does.
Have you been feeding them a lot?
Just the sugar water, but they haven't really been eating it.
Yeah, it's usually. I wonder what they're getting it from.
And a couple pollen patties in there, but they hardly touch that too. So.
Yeah, but they won't touch it much unless they're like in full growth mode. All right. Hoping to see brood and a queen.
Yeah, that actually looks like way more than before.
Yeah, it really does.
It just like
good.
had a little burst.
Yeah. That's some cap stuff.
Ah, so nice. That's beauty. Don't you love the like change of color?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's like
so cool to
blonder and then
see.
dark. This dark
Yeah.
stuff is probably blackberry. I'll see how stuff blooming around here that I haven't thought of. Oh wait, so the next one looks like honey too, so let's not bug them. Haha.
Just get into the lower one.
Yeah. So they're gonna be more irritated when we do that. Okay, tell me how heavy it is.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, so usually I'll start at like one side and then I take out this frame and then just like lean it against there.
Yeah, that's what we found really weird. Is there's lots of bees and it seems healthy.
Yeah.
There's just no brood. See, all that dark honey in there is new, I think.
This stuff?
No, down below. Or that's not honey, is it? Never mind.
I think that they had brood in there. Though.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looked like brood casing kind of stuff.
But that's what most of the lower ones look like with the honey around the top.
Right.
You can lean against this if you want.
Alright, let's take a look. Look at all that.
It's kind of the
So those dark ones, what we thought were those are all brood cells that are just perfectly cleaned out and empty.
Yeah, well, that's still fine because they're not all moldy and gross.
Right, yeah.
I had some other stuff that was a little bit growing. Oh, I had like 12 spiders on the inner
Cover?
Cover.
Really? We get wood bugs in ours sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood bugs aren't so bad because they're not going to eat the bees. Okay, let's see. I think the queen will be here. That's what I guess.
Well, let's hope so.
If I were guessing. So the bees don't look like remarkably different in age, which is something that we're watching out for to see, like, do they look all the same age? And they look like you don't see really old ones, but you don't see really new ones so far. We're putting honey into the brood kind of ones, all hanging out. And we're looking at like the wings to make sure that they don't look all splayed out or chewed.
Right.
And we're looking to see if there's drones, and there's no drones.
Yeah, we didn't notice any drones when we...
Yeah, which means that they've kicked out the boys already.
If there's no queen, would they just do that? Kick out the drones?
No, I mean, like, it's just about timing and temperature. It doesn't have to do with if they have a queen or not. Honey.
It's amazing how clean they keep it, isn't it?
Yeah. Wish they'd come clean my house.
Right.
You know, if I had this many sisters, my house would totally be just
Maybe that is the queen one.
I like being right, but it doesn't happen that often. Eating. Isn't this easier doing it without a mask on? Where's this? I can see to the bottom to see if you see anything. Any eggs?
No.
I was kind of hoping that there'd be eggs right there. We moved all over. Any cleaning? Huh?
So because there's not much honey on the bottom frame, it's probably not good to combine it, eh?
I don't think I know what you mean.
Well, we wouldn't want to take out these cells and replace them with the honey ones just to get down to one box.
Well, you run the risk of if you put the shorter frames into the deep box, then you're going to get a lot of wax at the bottom. Because they'll build it out at the bottom, which can make it really messy. But if you're trying to make something with wax, then you get more wax. So it depends if you want like a wax wrap attempt to get. Oh, there's the queen.
Where? Yes.
Right here.
Oh yeah.
There she is. What you doing there, Queenie?
She's so elegant. Okay, so do we have eggs right around there? I don't want to really blow on her, but.
Well, that's good news at least.
Yeah. You have a queen. She does have food. She does have pollen. There she goes, over the top. Where are you going? Hey.
Could it be that she's just stopped laying for the winter?
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, it does seem early, but...
Yeah, it hasn't been particularly cold.
Yeah.
Yet, but she's got lots of room. The bees look good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't look diseased or anything. Well, we don't have to go further. I don't know where you've gone now, but I'm not gonna squish you. Okay. Move out of the way. Okay, let's not go any further. Then we'll move all these over. Yeah, so what I imagine that they're going to end up doing is clumping, like when we put this box back on, they'll like clump like that.
Yeah.
Like between the two boxes, which is super normal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. So we just have to check the bottom to see if there's mites,
Okay.
and then keep going. So
First.
yeah. It's weird and sticky.
Yeah.
Get off the little rim.
You have to move. It's heavy.
Yeah, so I would put the inner cover on, and then I would probably grab some dry sugar and put it
Sprinkle
all
it?
over the top.
Okay. Should put the pollen patty back
Yeah.
on?
Oh,
first?
yeah.
That's two there.
Oh, okay. It's a little different.
I find if you put it in the middle, they eat it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they don't really like to go to the outside, I don't think.
Yeah, it just depends on how hot it gets. How warm it, how much they can move. Like when it's below about 6 or 8 degrees, but they can't really move.
Yeah.
I don't move well either. Yeah, so I mean, like, you don't have to do it immediately, but for the winter, I stop feeding them sugar syrup because it's too cold.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I put dry sugar all the way around here, and then they just like crawl up and then I'll just
Okay.
chew away on the dry sugar.
Interesting.
But yeah, they have lots of honey and stuff. So,
And is that a good amount of honey for them for the winter? Ish?
yeah, there's not like, they're not huge, so
Yeah.
it should be okay. I mean, you'll probably, because it usually warms up for a week or two in January, like really weirdly, and I'll
Right.
probably feed them again then.
Okay.
It's filled with wood bugs, I'm sure.
Looks pretty good. I don't see any mites. Do you see mites? They look like little burgundy crabs.
Yeah, we've seen them before, 'cause we had them in the spring, but
Oh, I think that one might be one.
Yeah, we saw one or two
so
last time.
one last
Yesterday?
time, I think, yeah. Should we put one of those mite strips in again?
Yeah, I probably would, just to give them the best chance. If there's not brood, then there's going to be less mites, because the mites usually, they kind of reproduce in the brood cells and eat
Right.
those babies. So I mean, not having brood has that advantage.
Right.
But yeah, I might put one mite strip, or like do like one mite treatment and then take it off, and then you know that you've done that before the winter.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they look good.
Yeah, they look healthy, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
We
look,
were quite confused because
Yeah, other than no brood, everything looks great.
lethargic.
yeah, hopefully she's just taking a little vacation like the rest of us.
Do they do that where they just won't lay for a period just to take a break?
Usually there's a reason they're not laying. So
Right.
if they're cold, because and it's winter and stuff, then they could take a break. If there's not room, sometimes they take a break.
Lots
or
of
if
room.
There's not food, but you have those things. And you have a queen, and we assume that she's like fertilized and has been laying in the past. So I kind of keep going as they are and see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all we can do, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can order more in the spring, and then
For sure. And then it'll be nice when we have 2 boxes and we can kind of gauge, I don't know, a little more.
The health of them, yeah, between the two, yeah.
yeah, it just depends on how much. It's like how much money you want to spend in the spring, and then it's also how much food there is around here to support them.
Right.
And you haven't done a winter with them yet, so seeing how they do weather-wise in the winter, like wind and
Yeah.
I have a question for you, actually. One thing I was thinking about, because we get such strong winds that are coming off like the ocean, would it work to put a piece of wood here
probably.
just to block that wind, and then, I mean, they'll still have ventilation all around it,
Yeah.
so we wouldn't close it
Yeah,
in or anything, but just a piece of plywood there to,
Yeah, I would definitely think of doing that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the roof? We have a flat one as well, so we switched to that, so they're heating less space.
Have you seen the Warren hives? There's one where you can put insulation on the top,
Oh, yeah.
and then it keeps them warmer. It's like a quilting that they do. I think it's the Warren hive, where they do like a quilting on the top. So I think that if you did something that you put, you could put straw on the top, or some kind of organic insulation. I think people have used wool sometimes.
Okay.
Then it could make it a lot warmer, even warmer than the flat ones.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'd try that.
Because that was our debate, 'cause this one has the hole in it, so we're like, well, that'd be good for ventilation, which is
Yeah, which is
apparently
a huge
key
thing.
around here, more so
So-
than the cold, so.
Yeah, so I wonder if you could look into it. If you Google it, I think you should be able to find like what the design is to have the little quilt on the top of it.
Yeah.
Not that you have to go out and sew your own quilt. But you put like some kind of insulation right in the inside. So probably if I had that kind of roof, then I would probably do that.
Okay.
That makes sense. And they get the ventilation and get insulated, so.
Yeah,
Totally,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if they're still evaporating honey, then they're going to need that.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Cool, alrighty. Well, thanks for coming to have a look.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so thank you again to Amanda for coming to check out our hive with us. We've implemented a couple of her ideas for helping our hive get through this winter. We've sprinkled some sugar in the top of the hive. We've also wrapped the hive and then put up a wind barrier. It's not fully wrapped because we're in the Pacific Northwest. We rarely get temperatures below 0 degrees, so we do have the wrap on it, but it's more for ventilation that's important. We also put up the wind barrier because we do get quite strong winds coming off the ocean, and just a little extra protection to hopefully help our little guys make it through this winter. Anyways, we will leave it at that and check in the spring to see if our little guys made it. So keep an eye out for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe below. And if you are already subscribed, then don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when we release our new videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.